Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Kanto Cup, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Dragonair. Dragonair is always a fun pick, especially in the Kanto Cup. Not only is it a fun pick, it's a very solid pick for the Kanto Cup, as it is quite powerful. There are very few Pokemon in this meta that can resist Dragon Breath Fast Move Pressure. Of course, we do have some fairies and some steel types here and there, but overall, Dragonair does excellent in the Kanto Cup. And on this team, it's going to be on the safe swap. Dragonair on the safe swap is meant to draw out any potential ice types that your opponent may have on their team. And Dragonair is so powerful that it can often flip switch advantage for you. So you want to draw out the ice type so that Pidgeot, who is also in the back on this team, doesn't have to see the ice type. You want to draw out the ice type with Dragonair. If you can flip switch advantage, by all means, go for it. But the primary objective is to draw it out so that Alolan Sandslash, which is also on this team, can come in and take it out. That way Pidgeot can close the game strong with the ice type out of the way on your opponent's team. Of course, the closing potential of Pidgeot is quite powerful, as it does have access to Brave Bird with Stab, which can one-shot just about anything in this meta. And of course, you have excellent bait potential with Feather Dance, and the Gust Fast Move Pressure cannot be denied as well. And as mentioned before, we've got Alolan Sandslash on the lead on this team with the Community Day move of Shadow Claw. I've been itching to try the Community Day Alolan Sandslash ever since it had its Community Day. Haven't gotten around to it until now, and I thought, what better time than in the Kanto Cup to try out Alolan Sandslash with Shadow Claw. And for some reason, guys, I chose to run Gyro Ball. Honestly, Bulldoze will do just fine as well. I chose Gyro Ball just to have some additional coverage on the ice types. Gyro Ball with Stab does do slightly more, but Bulldoze does just fine as well. But without further ado, guys, let's dive into this first battle here. And here we go. So, not the greatest lead in Snorlax here, especially considering that our fast move pressure is doing very little damage as it is double resisted. But we're going to stay in here a little bit and play this out. Look to chip with an Ice Punch here. Of course, they don't shield that. They don't need to. But, guys, we got to be cautious of a superpower. I know that they were just itching to land a superpower, which pretty much one-shots. But we went into our Dragonair safe swap, and they met us with a Lapras. That's exactly what we want to see. They do hit us with a resisted Surf. And guys, we are going straight for this Dragon Pulse with Stab. And oh my goodness, that does tons of damage to a very bulky Pokemon in Dragonair. Flip and switch advantage. That was insane, guys. I did not expect the Dragon Pulse to do that much damage. But we did flip switch advantage. They came back in with their Snorlax, and we are going to come in with our Pidgeot. This is what we want, guys. We, of course, with our normal typing, are double resisting that fast move pressure. And these body slams don't do a whole lot. So we're going to no-shield those. And they make an aggressive play into a Nidoqueen. So we are going to either threaten to one-shot this Nidoqueen with a Brave Bird or grab a shield advantage. And they do shield, wisely so. We want to preserve our Pidgeot so we catch the double resisted Poison Fang onto our Alolan Sandslash. The reason why we chose to preserve Pidgeot with low health is just in case we need to clear that debuff at some point in this battle. We're not going to overfarm at all on this Nidoqueen. We want to keep the pressure on it with the threat of the super effective Ice Punches. Gonna shield this up. They did build up to an Earth Power, and oh man, they're going for the Jugular, guys. That is an amazing shield. That would have been lights out if we tried to call that as a bait, but we did shield it. Gonna go for another Ice Punch, and that does take out the Nidoqueen. They don't have any shields, and it was just about lights out for them. They do concede the match. That's gonna be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Dragonair was tons of fun in the Kanto Cup, and this team as a whole, I must say, was quite effective in the Kanto Cup meta. Had a blast with it, and here we go. We've got a Hypno on the lead. pretty positive lead, although Hypno does have access to Fire Punch, which could do some considerable super effective damage, as it is double super effective, actually. So we're going to be a little bit careful here. Of course, we are applying super effective fast move pressure, courtesy of the Community Day move of Shadow Claw. And my goodness, we tried to catch a potential Fire Punch, and the reaction time on our opponent to swap at the same exact time, that was insane. There was no lapse in time between the time that we both swapped as they meet us with a Charm Alolan Ninetales. They charmed us all the way down, but that is okay. That is what this team is designed to do. Draw out an Ice type. This Ice type happens to be running Charm, which is also resisted. Gonna build up to just about, or well past back-to-back Ice Punches. Resisted Ice Punch will do the trick for sure. Just about. One Shadow Claw as well. And we're gonna go right for the Gyro Ball with Stab on the Hypno. I'm thinking this will be just enough to take care of the Hypno, and now we have a Golbat left in the back, so we're going to look to chip with an Ice Punch. This would do quite a bit of super effective damage if they choose to no shield, but I do imagine they shield. It is their last Pokemon, and just like in that last battle, we're going to preserve a low health Pokemon. Guys, if you know that your opponent has a Pokemon that can debuff you, it is always a good thing to preserve a low health Pokemon if you can. They did go for a Poison Fang. We no shielded the first one, as the following Poison Fangs will do more damage as we go on. And we did shield up the second one. Gonna go for a Feather Dance, and that does get the last shield. So now all we have to do is shield up this next Poison Fang, and I'm thinking we can probably farm down, but even if we can't, we are definitely going to get to another charge move, and we do farm it down with the Gust, with Stab, and that is going to be yet another good game. Well played. So far, so good with this Dragonair team in the Kanto Cup. It is quite an effective team. All the moving parts of it really complement each other very well. And here we go. Not the best lead. We've got a Alolan Marowak here, so we're going to go into Dragonair. But apparently it's running Hex. So that wasn't such a bad lead. Of course, if they're running Fire Spin, that's an awful lead. But Hex was a lot more manageable. Could have stayed in, but most Alolan Marowaks are running Fire Spin, so they make an aggressive play into a Primeape. Pretty neutral matchup, but they did hit us with a Shadow Bone, which chunked quite a bit of our health. Gonna try to get to another Aqua Tail, but we can't quite get to it. That's okay. We obviously cannot come in with our Alolan Sandslash onto this Primeape here. We're going to shield up the Ice Punch on our Pidgeot and look to farm this thing all the way down. They are not getting to another Ice Punch. And they come back in with their Ghost type Alolan Marowak running a Ghost type fast move onto our normal type. That's a massive indicator, guys, that something in the back does not want to see our Pidgeot. And they are farming for days, guys. Another thing to make note of is that if you have an Alolan Marowak that is running Hex, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be running Fire Blast, and that is an amazing shield. And there they go. That is what did not want to see Pidgeot. This is the double fighter backline. We were reading this team appropriately, and this Hitmonchan is going to get to an Ice Punch or Thunder Punch, something that can really hurt us. It is an Ice Punch, and they do take us out. So all of our hope and faith is on our Alolan Sandslash. They can double super effective damage from these counters with Stab from a Shadow. We do outpace to the Ice Punch, and we take out the Hitmonchan. And that Alolan Marowak was just about done. My goodness! Alolan Sandslash putting the team on its back, closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Alolan Sandslash with Shadow Claw, courtesy of its Community Day, was quite fun. Quite fun indeed, I must say. And here we go. Let's see what we have. Alolan Muck on the lead. So, guys, I kind of made a misplay here. I immediately swapped, thinking that it was running Snarl, which I would recommend running in this meta, but it was running Poison Jab. So that's another one where we could have definitely stayed in on. But we press on here. They meet us with a Alolan Sandslash of their own, not running the community move of Shadow Claw. It's running Powder Snow, and they're going to take us out with an Ice Punch. That absolutely KOs. But the beauty of them running Powder Snow as opposed to Shadow Claw is that we are double resisting their fast move pressure. Gonna shield up the potential Bulldoze. That is an amazing shield. That would have done loads of super effective damage. And we are gonna overload on energy because our Shadow Claw is doing the most damage to this opposing Sandslash. Gonna try and take it out with an Ice Punch. Didn't quite KO, but the Shadow Claw does the trick. And now we are now down a shield because we had to shield up a super effective Bulldoze. And they've got a Sea King running Waterfall on their team here. We aggressively go into Pidgeot. We know that it has access to super effective Icy Wind, which is a legacy move. It does also have access to Drill Run, which is also a legacy move. Sea King is one of those Pokemon where you have to really fork over some elite TMs to make it viable. Generally with Poison Jab is the fast move, but they are running Waterfall. They do take us out. And we're down to one Pokemon, guys, and gonna go for the resisted Gyro Ball. It does do more raw damage, but they hang on just long enough to get off a potential Drill Run. This is awful. We now have to go down on shields up against a super healthy Alolan Muck, still up a shield. It is not looking good for us, guys. That Sea King really put in some work on our team. And it is not looking good. They did shield up our Ice Punch, but they do get to a Dark Pulse, which does nearly one-shot, guys. And we are not going to be able to do enough damage to this Alolan Muck. We're going to try to go for the Hail Mary Gyro Ball with Stab, but Alolan Muck has some decent bulk, and it takes us out. That is unfortunate, but good game. Very well played to our opponent. Guys, if there was one time that I was absolutely kicking myself for not running Bulldoze, it was definitely in that last battle. Bulldoze would have won that game for us for sure, but that is okay, not a big deal at all. And here we go, we've got a Dugong on the lead. Pretty positive lead for us. One of the reasons why I chose Gyro Ball is for these opposing ice types, although it does also have a water subtyping, which makes it hit for neutral. Gyro Ball, unlike Bulldoze, does have Stab, so it will hit a little bit harder. They do hit us with a double resisted Icy Wind, not going to shield that at all. They make an aggressive play into a Kanto Ninetales, so we go right into our Dragonair. Nice shiny Kanto Ninetales. That's one of my, that's a really nice shiny. One of my favorite shinies in the game. I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail, and that does do quite a bit of super effective damage. Gonna no shield this. Could be a potential Side Shock, but we can tank it. Not a big deal at all. I'm going to go for the aggressive Farm Down on this Kanto Ninetales. We do end up shielding this. It does happen to be a resisted Weather Ball, but it still would have gotten us pretty low. And we really want to threaten this Dugong with a hard-hitting Dragon Pulse with Stab. Knowing that we have a Pidgeot in the back, we really don't want to risk getting that aligned onto it. And they do shield, so we are not even on shields as they farm us down. Definitely going to come right back in with our Alolan Sandslash and look to get rid of this Dugong. Not sure what else they may have in the back. Just going to play this out and go for the Gyro Ball here. Ice Punch being double resisted after a debuff would not do the trick. So we got to go for the Gyro Ball. And they do shield. Makes me wonder what they have left in the back. They did build up to a potential Water Pulse, but we are pretty confident now in our Pidgeot, and it is the Water Pulse, but this Dugong is quite low. We're thinking a couple of gusts with Stab will take it out, and it does, and now we're going to see what they have left in the back. It's a Nidoqueen left in the back, guys. We are up a shield. They are down 2 shields. I'm sure that you guys can see what is coming. Gonna no shield the first Poison Fang, and we are going for the Brave Bird to close this game out with our Pidgeot. And oh my gosh, that one shot's the Nidoqueen, taking it out, sealing the deal. Pidgeot playing its role beautifully, closing the game strong. And that is going to be the conclusion of the first set of the video. So far, really liking this team, guys. Had a blast with it overall. There was one battle where we really missed having Bulldoze, but other than that, Gyro Ball seemed to be doing the trick. But I would say, guys, if you pin me down on it, I think Bulldoze may be the way to go. But yeah, had tons of fun, guys. We got more battles coming right up. Stay tuned. Guys, this was a super solid team overall for the Kanto Cup, and I would say one of the more accessible teams that proved to be quite effective in this meta. And here we go. Dodrio on the lead. Love it. As they make a play into a Shadow Omastar. Excuse me. Almost said Omanyte, which is the pre-evolution. It does run Rock Slide, and that does tons of neutral damage to us as it is a Shadow. And Omastar hits like a truck. So we did tank that neutral Rock Slide with stab from the Omastar as we make a play into our Dragonair. We did shield up that Rock Slide, as that would have done tons of damage to our Dragonair. Gonna go for a neutral Aqua Tail, and they do shield because Omastar is on the squishier side, especially as a Shadow. We gotta go completely down on shield, so flip switch here, guys. But that's okay. We want our Ice type aligned to their Flying type Dodrio, and they do come back in with the Dodrio. It looks like it is running Steel Wing. The one thing with Dodrio is it does not have access to a good fast move. It has access to Feint Attack and Steel Wing, and it is on the squishier side. So gonna go for the Aqua Tail. We don't need to go Dragon Pulse on this thing, and it does nearly take it out as they do get to a move here. And that does have access to Drill Peck, which is a legacy move. So they either had this one from back in the day or they used an Elite TM on their Dodrio for the Kanto Cup as they make a play into an XL Krabby. My goodness, guys. My hats off to our opponent for their creativity and truly exploring the Kanto region in the Kanto Cup, mixing it up. I absolutely applaud them for their team choice here. Fun team. Love to see it, guys. We definitely need to see more of this as we take them out. But a very good game. Well played to them. Again, shouts to our previous opponent for that team. That was amazing to see in the Kanto Cup. And here we go. We've got a Polywrath on the lead. This is an awful lead for us, guys. They resist everything except for our Shadow Claw fast move pressure. Going to go into Dragonair. And they meet us with a Shadow Nidoqueen. So this isn't so bad. I've been finding that the way this goes with the Nidoqueen Dragonair is you will grab both shields with the threat of the Aqua Tail. You tank one Poison Fang, and if you have good enough PvP IVs, you will make it to a second Aqua Tail, forcing them to make a major decision. Do they want to go completely down on shields, or do they want to lose, switch advantage? They choose to go completely down on shields as they farm us all the way down. That is quite all right, guys. So at this point, I'm thinking Alolan Sandslash is kind of dead weight. So we call this, and they nearly one-shot with an Earth Power. Oh my gosh, guys, this is looking absolutely terrible. This Nidoqueen is taking us to task here in this matchup. Holy smokes. Gotta put all of our hope and faith with Pidgeot up 2 shields to close this game. We tank the Poison Fang. They meet us with an Alolan Muck running Snarl. Gotta play this the right way if we have any hope of pulling out this victory. Absolutely going to shield up the Dark Pulse, and we are going to over farm by quite a bit and go for a Brave Bird. Guys, this is our win condition. We are playing to our win condition. We're going to say bye-bye Alolan Muck with a Brave Bird. They do have that Polywrath left, and it does get to a move. Got to absolutely shield this and hope that we can make it to another Brave Bird, and we do make it to the Brave Bird. Pidgeot! Holy smokes, it's putting the team on its back. We say bye-bye Polywrath, and can we farm down the Nidoqueen? Oh my goodness, guys. Pidgeot is an absolute savage. Holy smokes, going 1v2.5 in this game. Good game, well played. That, ladies and gentlemen, was one of the most insane battles I've ever played in Pokemon Go Battle League. That was amazing. And here we go. We've got a Blastoise on the lead. Not the best lead again, as with any water type. If you're running Gyro Ball, it's terrible because they resist your charge move pressure. So we make a play into our Dragonair, and they meet us with Shadow Nidoqueen yet again. So we're going to play this out the same way that we played it out in the previous matchup. Going to tank the Poison Fang and look to get to another Aqua Tail, which puts tremendous pressure on the Nidoqueen to make a very serious decision. But we lagged a turn! Guys, we lagged a turn. We should have been able to get off our Aqua Tail, but that is unfortunate, because we would have either taken out that Nidoqueen or gotten a 2-shield advantage. Now we're forced to shield. That is an amazing shield because it was the Earth Power, just like in that previous matchup. And we know that this is nothing more than a double resisted Poison Fang. That is quite all right. And we're going to look to farm the Nidoqueen all the way down. And going to swap immediately. We're going to blind swap into a Kanto Ninetales to clear that debuff. We draw back out the Blastoise, Shadow Blastoise, by the way. And we need to shield up this Hydro Cannon because we have to get off a debuff. We cannot tank a non-debuffed Hydro Cannon with stab from a Shadow Blastoise. That would spell out disaster. They do no shield our Feather Dance. Could have been a Brave Bird. That was a gutsy call there. But because we did sharply lower the attack by 2 stages with the Feather Dance, we can now tank the Hydro Cannon and look to farm down. All they have left now is that Kanto Ninetales, still up a shield. We're going to threaten that last shield with the threat of a Brave Bird as we swap into our fully loaded, relatively healthy Alolan Sandslash. Going to go for the resisted Gyro Ball. It does do more raw damage, and we hang on long enough because of the debuff to get to a resisted Ice Punch. That's going to chip just enough before they can take us out with a double super effective Weather Ball. And the question is now, can our low health Pidgeot farm down the Ninetales? And we do. Holy smokes, Pidgeot was coming in super clutch on this team. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played to our opponent. As you can see, guys, this team is quite strong in the Kanto Cup. It was working wonders in these battles here. And we are met with just about the worst lead you can possibly see. Shadow Machamp in the Kanto Cup, going to go into Dragonair. And my goodness, those counters from the Shadow Machamp has done tons of damage. Going to shield up the Cross Chop. That would have spelled out disaster if we had let that go through. But they've got a Alolan Sandslash of their own on their team. So this is looking pretty rough thus far. Hard countered on the lead. Super hard countered on the swap with a Steel type. But we are going to try our very best here. We do let the Ice Punch go through. That, of course, does KO. We are down a shield, and we're going to have to shield this for if we have any hope of making something happen up against this team here. And we do shield up the Bulldoze. We are now completely down on shields. Going to try to bait with a potential Bulldoze. See what this Ninetales wants to do. They let it go, and the Ice Punch does not KO. That is insane. Insanely frustrating, I must say, because they do take us out with a Bulldoze. Holy smokes. This hard counter team is running circles around us, guys. It is just about lights out. You know, there are just going to be some teams where you have zero chance of winning against. This is looking like one of those teams. You know, every now and then you encounter this sort of thing. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. You can just try your very best, but there's always going to be a team comp out there, no matter what team you run in Pokemon Go Battle League, that just absolutely hard counters you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It is unfortunate. They're going to farm us down with this Alolan Raticate. Not a whole lot we can do about a hard counter team. Good game, well played. Super solid team thus far, guys. My goodness. Pidgeot really stole the show in a lot of those battles, I must say, guys, as we are met with an Alolan Muck on the lead running Poison Jab. So we did stick in long enough to see what fast move it was running. It is running the double resisted Poison Jab, so we're going to stay in here and play this out a little bit. Pretty neutral matchup. And they do tank our Ice Punch. We can tank one Dark Pulse pretty comfortably, so we're going to tank this. It could be a potential Acid Spray, but it is the Dark Pulse. That is quite all right. And what I was finding with the Alolan Muck matchup is they will go for the Dark Pulse first, and then on their way out, as they get low, they tank all the Ice Punches. They go for the Acid Spray. We ended up shielding here, and it was the Acid Spray. So that is an unfortunate shield, but we're going to farm down with these resisted Shadow Claws and look to swap immediately to clear this debuff. We have loaded up on energy. We don't know what else they have in the back. They come in with a Hypno, so we go right into Dragonair and look to play this out yet again. Hypno does have access to Ice Punch, which would hit us for super effective, so we need to be aware of that. They do shield. That may be a good indicator of what they're hiding in the back. It does happen to be a Kanto Sandslash. Nice shiny Kanto Sandslash at that. Running the Community Day move of Night Slash. We know that we tank a Night Slash. And we are able to threaten with a super effective Aqua Tail, and they do tank that. Does a decent amount as they take us out. That's quite all right. We did load up on energy on that Alolan Muck, so we do have nearly 2 Ice Punches, which do hit for super effective on the ground type. Kanto Ninetales, going to go for another Ice Punch. Look to get rid of the did I say Ninetales? I meant Sandslash, excuse me. We do take out the Kanto Sandslash as we go into our Pidgeot to look to close this game out. We know that this Hypno is absolutely loaded on energy. They do hit us with a Thunder Punch. We tank 1 Thunder Punch, no problem. We did preserve a shield. Gonna shield up the second Thunder Punch and look to close this game out with our Pidgeot. We are just 1 gust off from the Brave Bird. They knew that. And they knew that it was just about lights off for them. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent, guys. And that is the team. My goodness, what a strong team for the Kanto Cup. Alolan Sandslash on the lead was quite nice. So the idea behind this team is we lead with a Steel Ice type. And we've got 2 Pokemon in the back that are weak to Ice. So we do double resist Ice-type damage with our Alolan Sandslash here. Alolan Sandslash also resists Charm damage as well, which Dragonair is pretty weak to. So the moving components of the team do complement each other extremely well. The idea is to draw out a potential Ice-type with your Dragonair and flip switch if you can. But if not, you can come in. Take it out with your Alolan Sandslash, setting up Pidgeot as we saw in many of those battles to close the game strong. My goodness, this team was amazing. I had tons of fun running it. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.